Hello everyone, welcome to the 10th session of the Pattern Language course. Today we are here in Kitintale and we are back to do another community workshop. We are going to be joined by representatives from KCCA, the local chairperson and the youth of Kitintale, and we are going to review our patterns and also review the project proposals. Stay tuned. You're welcome to the second workshop, the second community workshop. I shared the program with you earlier, but I'll just go through it again. So today we are going to be joined by representatives from KCCA. You're familiar with Mr. Douglas Nsubuga. We're also going to be joined by Mr. Emmanuel Machaf. They are both from the Physical Planning Division of KCCA. So please prepare your questions, your thoughts. They're going to go group by group and see your progress. We also hope to be joined by somebody from the LC1, maybe not the LC1 himself, but the vice chairperson will join us. So also prepare your questions for that. So today, the purpose of today's workshop, number one, is to review your patterns together with the youth participants. So the same youth that you had the last time will be joining you today to review your patterns and also review your project proposal. So today I'm hoping you have one fairly refined project proposal that you can get feedback on. So you also review that with the youth and get input from the KCCA representative and the LC1 as well. For those that will find it necessary to do so, you'll also have an opportunity to visit a site, a potential site for your project. That's not a must. Some of you were able to identify sites the last time, but for those who maybe want to see new places, we'll also have time for that towards the end. We've done this before, so I imagine this will be done a little more faster and more efficiently. I'm available for any questions, any concerns. So we're going to split up again. The groups that were here will remain, then the other groups will go to their designated spots.
You seem to be in a tense mode. Relax a bit, Eh? At least we are out from the university. And I'm so happy that you're getting this practical feel, because life is about reality. Studying when you're mixing the theory part with the practical working field, it helps a lot because you get the real ingredients. So let's concentrate. I'm going to be readily available to interact and also learn. I'm also here to learn. Let's teach each other. Let's connect more. And let's ensure that we achieve our targets and goals of us being here. I thank you for now, but we are going to be together during this session. Thank you.
So the last time we were here, we managed to discuss the patterns and we explained what patterns are. So I'll recap shortly, like a brief meaning of the patterns. Kat patterns being these are like jagala biteeka mu Luganda in the simplest ways. These are the unique, something unique, ekintu kyolaba ekitali mu context endala oba mu kifo ekirala naye nga kiri unique naye kiba nga kiri mu kifo ekirala naye nga kikulu kye twabuuza abantu abaali wano the other week we twali wano. Kati twalina patterns zaffe nga zimu zaali marketplaces, nagezaako nenzinyonyola bano abaaliwo. So if I go into that again, I think it will take us more time. But as we go along, we will keep on explaining them, because I'll explain what a pattern field is, which is drawing, which we came up with, which will guide us to our final project. Kati ffe twali twagala kukola project, the one project that affects the people of Kitintale, that is affects their well-being. Engeri gye babeeramu buli lunaku. Kati we twajja wano luli, we came to find out that most of the people in Kitintale, abasinga bonna bavubuka. population enene bavubuka ate ebintu bye bettanira okubeeramu ennyo bintu bya mizannyo era patterns ze twafuna wano twalinamu okuzannya omupiira mwatulaga ebifo byalinga 3 agenda tulaga pattern field nja bibalaga nga amaliriza. Mwalimu okuzannya emipiira, mwalimu bodaboda stages emutalina kubanga mwatugamba bodaboda stages teziri eri ezisinga ziri eno waggulu, so mba mwagala otuuka eri musooka kwata boda ne mutuuka eri, then which was a pattern kyebagamba kiri wano mu Kitintale yokka. Wetumala okuunderstandinga patterns bijja creating a sense. So mwatugamba the transport, we classified that as a transport port. Playground spaces omwali basketball spaces ezitalimu muno abasinga mutambula ne mugenda eri ku masomero agatali mu Kitintale naye nga abasinga bavubuka babizanya. Then we talked about the border stages n'endala nnyingi, the boxing arenas n'ebintu ng'ebyo. Kati ne tudiscussinga the project gye twasalawo okukola yali football pitch. Ekyatuleetera the football pitch the other side, simanyi oba mugimanyi, ogimanyi? Bano bo twagendayo nabo. Kati that football area batera gikozesa ne mu emizannyo eminene egiri official. So kyetwasalawo okukola kati kyali mukola tukiyita pattern field. Kati tugenda gibanyonyola tubalage n'engeri gyegenda okukosamu project gye tugenda okukola. Kati pattern field ekuyambako okufuna engeri gyogenda okukola project yo na project change gyogenda okukola yennyini, okitegeera ng'ogijja mu patterns ze twadiscussinga kubanga kati patterns webeera yokka eba terina maanyi naye kati wezitandika okwegatta bw'ofuna project obulungi. That is the method we are using, which is the pattern language. We are creating a pattern language from the patterns we noted from here. The project just wasalawo okukola, we decided to do a pavilion and sitting area as our project. So the pavilion that we want to do, abantu webagenda otuulira, we wanted to use mostly the people involvement, the people that are the community groups that are inside, which is a pattern, and the graffiti, which we regarded as a pattern to represent the identity of the area. Also connecting it to the other patterns that we have in different places. We can have like different community groups helping in different ways. So the project main is improving the spaces that are there right now to create like a more welcoming space and a space that can allow people to enjoy the functionality of the places there, improving their lives, mostly the youths who are the majority in the area, as we found out in the previous meetings. So that was our suggestion. So I don't know what the comment. I would like to get some comments.
Kyemmanyi nti kiba kisobola okukola kubanga like oli wava eri nasanga gundi ekifo kiri improved, waliwo obutebe, waliwo shade, naye asobola getting involved mu gundi mu functions ezigenda mu maaso. Kyetagisa ne bazimba gundi shades nga ziri permanent, kisinzira ne ku gundi n'abantu abali involved awo mu ekyo ekifo, abalivinga mu ekyo ekifo baba bali willing, baba basobola nga mube explainize bulungi biki baba basobola okubirabirira.
As KCCA, normally the number one key requirement that we look at the land use. Of course, the land use governs all the developments that are supposed to be developed in each particular area. As you are aware, we have the KPDP, the Kampala Physical Development Plan. The Kampala Physical Development Plan, which is normally referred to as the KPDP, is the statutory tool or instrument that guides land use in the area of the city. And it also sets operational targets and goals for planning and development. So in other words, in the entire city, we have a broad plan that classifies the different uses which are supposed to sit on the land, if I may say it like that. So looking at this area, I can say it's basically residential, high density residential. And in this case, in a residential area, we need supportive services for people to enjoy. Because planning is about creating a decent environment where people can live, can work, and relax. So in case we are living here, we need to relax our mind. We need those open spaces where we can go and engage in sports activities, engage in recreation activities, engage, in activities that relaxes the body and mind. So from the physical planning perspective, the area is suitable for a development of a sports facility. Yeah.
And then there's also the youth group. These people are mobilized already. It's not that they're random. They have an organization of farmers. Yes, as a youth group, and it's one of the many youth groups in this area. The other patterns include that are connected, the bottle collecting and recycling. That is also done by another youth group, but we have been to one of their demonstration farms where they teach people how to do even small gardening, recycling plastic bottles. Yes, so we're telling them at their farm they can have a demonstration center, an education point. Yeah, that is another pattern.
A road has its primary function. It's basically to ease accessibility. In the long run, we might be inconvenienced in one way or another. Now, before putting up that kiosk, it's better that we seek for clarification and permission from the controlling authority. And in this case, it's KCCA. Because we can't go into that arrangement. Probably if the road is wide, as you've said, there's much traffic that is going there. But as I earlier advised, if you can get a place, even if it's not very big, we can talk to one of the residents in this area. He can provide to us his compound. Just a few meters. We put these modernized, something that is small, but that it's not within the confines of the road, it's outside. Then there we shall be safe. You've seen KCCA, enforcing trade order, removing people on the road, removing what? Once it's a road, it's a road. Its function is to ease accessibility. And also the other supporting functions on the road like drainage, street lights, probably landscaping, because the city, as you can see, it's growing. So we don't want us to invest our little money and then the other day they remove your inconvenienced. So we need to think in a broader perspective. Yeah.
But what can happen is you can design it, and then you give us that design. We look at it. You submit the design at KCCA that this is our food kiosk. This is how we are proposing it's going to look like. And in this particular area, we are proposing 3 or 4. And then stop at that. Then you look for something else. So that now you have a group of youth who are doing the farming. Others at least are selling the food. Then now the rest can get into some other activities so that you don't flood one. But also the other issues we have to consider are the issues of public health. These people who are working in those kiosks, when they want to go for convenience, where are those spaces where they go for convenience? So those are key things that you want to look at. The rubbish or the garbage or the wastes from the kiosks. How is it managed? But for you who is working in that kiosk, there is waste that you're generating. There is waste that you're generating. Yeah, so you have to be mindful. How are we going to manage that waste? And when you want to go for convenience, where are you going to go? Because you don't want to have a situation where the kiosk is there, but they have nowhere to go. So all those things need to be, we need to think clearly. How are we going to manage? Or we are going to use a public facility, which is not very far away from the site. In your concept, it should be very clear that there is a public facility here, and it is what we shall be using. Maybe the garbage we shall be collecting on site and then taking back. Because you have to find a way of explaining those in your concept so that it is easier for us to what to like he also said, avoid putting in blocking the access. But as long as you are blocking these vehicles because they are huge trucks, they cannot turn. Then anything, any disadvantage the project will create can actually fade it. So these are some of the things that I want us to think through carefully. But the starting point is design it and then give it to us. Let's look at it. My advice would be that you try as much as possible to use recycled material in designing the kiosk. That is a plus. I don't know how you're going to do it, but that's a plus. If you came up with a kiosk and you're saying, okay, from this waste, we have been able to create the roof like this, we are going to do this, then we are also helping in managing, we are part of the waste management processes in Kampala. Our kiosks are offering this. I mean, something that is environmentally related, friendly. It will be a plus for it. So for those, I think that's all I can comment on.
So one of the things we noticed nti baagala ebyemizannyo, some sort of entertainment, naye tebalina enough space. So ekirala kye twalaba nti nno baagala nnyo kuba nti bafuna activities eziba engaging kubaleeta awamu, and in the long run ne baba nga bafunamu ensimbi in one or another. So mu patterns ezimu ze twalabamu in that mwalimu recycling, olw'okuba nti balina materials nyingi zebakozesa nga bw'olaba tanka eyo mbwetudde ku gundi ku musingi ogwa plastic bottles, waliwo ne toilet emanju wali mu embassy. Then twalaba the last time we came twalabamu pattern ye Nakivubo water channel ne Nakivubo swamp, nti biriranye mu swamp eyo batera okuminingamu omusenyu nga side hustle, nti omuntu ajja n'aparkinga olwole ne babasaba okuba oterako omusenyu. That was another pattern. Then twalaba nti no buli well eriranye ka garden akatonotono, buli well gye twatuukako ne tulaba nti no kiri regular, tetwategeera what was the incense lwaki bakikolawe batyo, but we noticed that I think there is a desire to have like some sort of greenery oba ekifo, simanyi tetunategeera lwaki nsonga ki, but baagala ebyobulimi. Then pattern kyendala twalaba nti no balinamu waste disposal, tebalina clear waste disposal points. Nabuuza nti no kasasiro bamukola batya, nga tewali nti no wali specific nti tumuteeka wano omuntu namukima namudisposinga, but twetegereza nti no mu trenches ne bridges zetwabuukanga nga tuyita mu mayumba nti zaali clogged ne kasasiro oyo, nga mujjuddemu kasasiro. Kati nekindeetera okubuuza kasasiro badiringa naye batya. So the other type of waste would be fecal matter, nti kabuyonjo zino toilets zirina technique engeri gye bazizimbamu. Omwami omu yanyinyonnyola nti basima so deep in a way that when it floods the solid matter esigala kungulu, then amazzi ne gayitamu ne gasigala wansi. Era waliwo emu gye twayitako nga overloading nga gayiika gayitamu. So ne tulaba nti almost buli toilet efaanana bweti. So technique eri common in this area, so nayo nebeera pattern. Then mwalimu communal lands, mwalimu land tenure system in a way that balina ettaka eryali erya community yaabwe. Eka zaali meka 5? 3 acres I think. Naye bafunamu obutakkanya n'ababatwala ababakulira ba chairman I think batunda ettaka ne baliguza omugagga n'azimba, ate ne bagenda mu kooti n'abalekerako ka eka kamu. So to this day they don't have full access and ownership to that land as a community.
The key comments I want to give you is, now when you are developing a fun park or a fun activity park, the way you've called it, there are quite a number of things that we have to look at. My colleague here, the way he has explained, that when you go to a park, it has to be a relaxing place. According to your explanation, as if I heard you well, we have this mini scale, centers. You talked about a well where each and every well has got some greenery around it for people to relax, probably. But now we want to upgrade it to a higher level, to upscale it to a different level where so many people can congregate and probably also relax and enjoy. So the topic is spot on, considering the area where we are. because the youth, they need to be engaged. I'm happy that our area local chairperson is also around. Abavubuka mwebali ndowooza chairman. Kati abantu baffe abo beetaaga ekifo we basobola okuŋŋaanira n'okubaako bye bakola n'okubaako bye bateesa n'okusanyukamu awamu. So all you have to do is now to come up with those patterns. The patterns are there, I can see, to continue engaging them more. Public toilets are there, it's true. In an open space, we need public toilets, sanitary facilities where people can go. I'm seeing innovative projects. When people gather, probably can come up with something. Omuntu kyagula oba kaduuka n'abaako kyafuna wasobola okwekubisiza ebifaananyi, outdoor green spaces, outdoor. Kyetuva okwogerako shops along the street, probably on those access roads that connect to our fun activity park, bridges. We have here quite a number of okay, trenches. Okay, basically that one is meant to improve on the accessibility. Everything there is okay. Now all we need is now to connect it to our main theme of the fun activity park.
So we have socio-political, because we found that it's not only about the local governance or the local chairperson, but they have different groups, and these different groups also have their different leaders. So there's that societal governance. So we have socio-political. Then we found the aspect of togetherness, and that they have very many activities that bring them together, and they have very many initiatives that whereby they work together in different groups, the youth, the women, and then the different hobbies. So then socioeconomic, that in the whole social system that they have, they're trying to earn something, or people are trying to, there is always an exchange. And then we found the urban blue-green, because there's an emphasis on water, which is a very huge community need, that when the national water is cut off, there is an issue with the natural springs. So we found that, and then also we had a pattern, which was where are the trees, asking ourselves where are the trees within the zone. So we have some patterns within that urban blue-green. Then the safety and security, because it is clustered into an informal settlement, there is a way it creates a relationship among the people. And so we can easily see who's walking by, how is my neighbor, rather than a gated community where you don't know what's happening in somebody's house, or you even don't know the neighbor. So we have aspects of safety and security, and then design dimensions. These design dimensions came in terms of expression, whereby they have they either build with brick, they build with the plastic bottles, there is painting with the graffiti, and then they will find different materials which are being used for the construction. For example, you find that we have the islanders, they have tiles in their houses that side. So we found that very interesting. So those are our themes. So from that, the theme now these are the patterns. Yeah. So we found out that the socioeconomic theme highly defines what is happening in the area. So it defines very many patterns, and these patterns have led us to a project which we are calling a socioeconomic hub. And in this socioeconomic hub, we have narrowed down to what we have done as a study from the information we received. We have narrowed down to one, a market. So this market is because we have the islanders at the other end of the reachable nature, that side of the swamp, and these people have ready. They grow their food. It's ready, but they don't have where to sell it. They don't have where to exchange it. Yet it can contribute to all of these things. And we thought that could be something, but then we defined it because it's a very active community. We defined it with a centralized space, which is multifunctional. And this space, we can have communal meetings. We can have different activities that people who like boxing, dancing, or there's a training session, or there is a meeting. This can happen within that space. And then we looked at the market because it's not a daily activity. So these stalls can be for these store businesses whereby you're making your chapatis, your mandazis on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday is market day. So you move away, but the market people bring their foodstuffs. Maybe Saturday, and maybe Saturday is the clothes day, and then people who sell clothes will use that space. So we took the site. So far, we have the site behind that building. There's an open space there, and there is an access. There's a route at the other end. So we have like a centralized place, and then we have these stalls being around that centralized space. And then also this project, we have the issue of water that we really want to tackle through this project. So we're really looking at rainwater harvesting as something that will be very crucial for this project, because we can harvest that water and can be given out to the community.
I think according to his explanation, he gave us a background of the entire community and the activities that people are engaged in. And what he's trying to bring out is that element of the financial inclusion, Echibaro. If you are to go with the 7 pillars of the parish development model and also the national development plan. Because now the aim or the theme of the national development plan 3 is basically to increase on the average household income. People are living here. They can't be doing other things, selling chapata and doing other things. But on that day, where you want them to come together, they can as well engage in an activity where they are going to be earning something. I think it's a very good innovative way to keep the community engaged. All you have to do is now to look for those patterns, the way he has put it there, and you align them properly, so that the community can feel them and be able to associate with them and also work together to achieve the intended goals and targets.
You know, nowadays what you call the PDM, parish development model. These patterns you're saying you've come up with and the project should be addressing one aspect of that model. That is how you can easily get the eyes of the politician. That we read through the 7 pillars of the parish development model, and there is this particular pillar that for us we want to speak to through our project. So you might want to sit down and read through that book and then see how your project fits in. Are you improving people's incomes? Are you
Producing something,
are you doing something, whatever it is you want to do, relate it to the PDM? Okay, that's how quickly government can come in to see how to support your initiative. You get it? So that comment should cut across to the others. Yes. And if it is this one is doing income, maybe 3 are doing income, the other 2 should do something different. Okay, not income. Should be as long as it is within the design, it will most likely be accepted.
For me, I think you need to really think about the location of the socioeconomic hub. If it's to have the impact at the scale that you want it to have, you must think about where are you going to put it. And there was a comment you also gave the first group about a growth poll, like having a project that eventually starts to spur development. So if this area already has something that's spurring, growth from it, maybe you need another area nearby to also grow. You understand what I mean? Yes. So think about the location and the youth here. They know. Yeah. So thank you guys.
Can I go? Hello, my name is Shema Gilles. I'm a student at East Africa University. We're joining you from our second workshop from the set here in Kitintale Zone 12. Today we have been able to cover different aspects of our project, where we discussed different ideas and proposals and see how the community and the youth react to them. With these ideas, we have been able to understand how the community comprehends and changes that we can complement within our designs and project. With this, we have also been able to talk to the local community and the KCCA in order to have an idea of what's needed within our local community to have a sustainable development within our local society.